Hello everybody, Draykke here again with another Minecraft tutorial, and today I bring you another piston elevator. Now, if you are any follower of my channel, then you have probably seen my other piston elevator, which is probably my most popular video right now. Basically, this is a new piston elevator. It is using kind of like a zipper design, but not. Once again, the redstone's 100% mine. It's not taken from anybody else, but it does act a lot differently than my other elevator. It works completely different, but it has the same kind of functionality. The only reason you'd want to use this over my other piston elevator is this one is a lot faster, and you know, it has its own cool little perks, so you can kind of decide which one you want to use. The resources, in terms of them being you know, resource light and that, they're actually pretty comparable in terms of what you would need per level of the design. So really, that is not a one-up. The only thing I will say about this is it might not be as reliable as my other elevator is, especially on multiplayer servers. Now, I haven't actually got a chance to test this on a multiplayer server, but from my experiences, my other piston elevator might be more reliable in that department. But that being said, I will go ahead and demonstrate it to show you what you're working with. So you basically just step in here. You want to make sure to line yourself up with the block, either in the center or in the back right corner here, and then you simply press the button and you're going to go for a really fast ride. And there you go. Now, one nice thing about this system is it does come with an automatic ejection system, so as soon as you get to the top, you will automatically be pushed onto your platform wherever you have it set at. And once again, as with this piston elevator and with my last one, they are infinitely expandable 100%, doesn't matter what level you go to, and it also comes with an integrated down function. So I will go ahead and demonstrate that now. You simply just press the button, and then you will drop down safely to whatever level you have it set to. And to make sure that, you know, you don't take any damage here, I will also demonstrate this in Adventure Mode, which is Game Mode 2. So as you can see, I now have a health bar. If you step inside and press the button, you will notice I take 0 damage, and on the way down, I also take 0 damage all the way down to the bottom. Alrighty, so before we begin, I would like to give you an idea about what you're going up against in terms of all the redstone, and as you can see, it's really not much. That is actually one of the bonuses of this piston elevator over my other one, is that it's a lot simpler to build. The only confusing part might be this chunk over here that you guys see, which is actually the down function integration. It is probably the most confusing part of the design, but even it is very straightforward. That being said, I would like to point out that if you want to change the down function so that it is an area that is 2x1 instead of the 1x1 area that you see here, you can do that. You simply just need to link up this system to the other side over here where we don't have the redstone. So you guys can do that. I just did not do it because personally I think it is just a waste of redstone and a waste of time. You really don't need that big of an area for the down function, and so it's kind of just honestly a waste of time to do it. But that is up to you guys. Alright, so to build this design, you're going to need the following items. So you're going to need these base materials to actually get everything started, and that's just to get the redstone linked up so you can actually use the elevator. But that includes 17 building blocks of any kind, doesn't matter what it is, 7 pieces of redstone dust, 3 redstone repeaters, 1 redstone torch, 2 sticky pistons, a stone button, and any kind of stair. It really doesn't matter, just whatever you want for the design. For this one, I chose stone stairs just because that's my preference. Aside from that, you're going to need the following materials every 2 levels of your design. And what I mean by that is, this elevator moves you up 2 blocks at a time because of the way the redstone works. So basically, I'm talking about 2 blocks here. So to build that, you're going to need the following materials. You need 4 sticky pistons, 2 redstone repeaters, 2 pieces of redstone dust, 2 redstone torches, 8 building blocks of any kind, and once again 2 stairs of any kind, and that is your choosing. Now, if you want to integrate the down function for this elevator, you're also going to need the following materials. So to start this off, you're going to need a button, 2 pieces of redstone dust, and 2 redstone repeaters, and those are the base materials just to get the redstone hooked up. After that, you're going to need the following materials every level of your design. So you're going to need 2 pieces of redstone dust, and then 3 redstone repeaters. Then you'll need 2 redstone torches, 1 redstone repeater, and 1 piece of redstone dust to link it up to the next level. So what I mean by that is, these are the base materials hooking everything up. Then you're going to need your 3 repeaters and 2 pieces of redstone dust per 2 levels of your design. And then if you have your design keep going down, you're going to need those additional materials that I mentioned there at the end, and as you can see, that pattern just repeats over and over. Okay, so to begin building this, you need to first figure out where you want your base block to be. And by that, I mean this block here inside the elevator where you originally stand to activate all of the redstone. So as you can see over here, I've went ahead and placed mine as a piece of brick. That way you guys can kind of follow along with it. So once you have it placed, you want to dig a trench that is 5 by 3 by 2 right to the left of that block. And that is 5 long by 3 wide by 2 deep. And then once you have that dug, you want to place a block coming up just like this, right diagonal to that block. Place a block underneath it with a piece of redstone dust on top. Place a redstone repeater coming off of it with 3 pieces of redstone dust going in a squiggly line. Place a block in front of that dust with a redstone torch to the left side, a block on top of that torch, and then a redstone torch on the side of that block. Okay, now on this block that you just placed here, you can go ahead and place your stone button. So basically, if you press this button, you'll see those torches invert, which is exactly what we want. So now on top of this torch that we placed originally, you want to place a block on top. You want to place 2 blocks coming off like this, with 2 blocks on top just like that. And then you can place 3 pieces of redstone dust coming along the back, with a redstone repeater facing that direction. Okay, now comes the absolute funnest part of this entire design, and if you're in survival mode, you're about to hate me. But it is the placement of these sticky pistons, which I feel really bad for you if you are in survival. So right to the right of this base block that we placed, you want to place your first stair just like that. Now 2 blocks back from that, you're going to want to place 1 block, and then you're going to stack your sticky pistons up here, facing inward just like this. And you want to stack these as tall as you want your elevator to be. So I'm not sure how tall I want this one to be. That's pretty good, yeah. I just want to be able to demonstrate it, that way you guys can get a feel for the redstone. So you want to do the same exact thing on the other side, just come back 2 blocks from that base block and stack your sticky pistons up as tall as you want this to be. So I'm not actually even sure how tall I made either side, but I'm going to try to match it as best I can. Oh, look at that, perfect. Okay, so now we can go ahead and place the blocks that will act as the piston elevator. So you can go ahead and remove these 2 blocks that we originally placed to put our sticky pistons in place, because they are no longer needed. And as you may have noticed, this side here has 1 more sticky piston than this side does, which is exactly what we need. So basically on this block here, you're going to place a solid block, and then above that you're going to place your stair. And you're just going to keep repeating this pattern for as tall as your elevator is, which is completely up to you. Once again, this is an infinitely expandable elevator, so you know, I don't know how big you're making this, but this is basically what you need to do. And then you're going to do the same exact thing on this side. So starting here, you're going to do solid block, stair, and you're just going to keep repeating this pattern for as tall as your elevator is. Okay, so now that you have all of those in place, you just need to come around the back side and seal off at least these 2 blocks here in the back all the way up. Now, I would recommend sealing off all 4 behind, because it does make the design look a lot better, but, you know, if you're low on resources, you need to save some, then you only need to do these 2. And then you also need to come around the front and basically do the same exact thing. You just want to seal it off all the way up, and I'm actually going to prettify this off camera just because this is an eyesore to me, but, you know, that's completely up to you guys, whatever you want to do with it. Just make sure that it is all sealed off. Okay, so now we're actually going to begin the more redstone-y portion of the design. So basically you want to come around the back where all of these sticky pistons are located at, and you want to place 2 blocks going into each of these 2 sticky pistons here. So basically it should be 2 blocks every other one. And you'll see what we're doing with this in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and place them in place, that way you guys can see what I'm doing. So it should look just like this. Now on the left side, you're probably going to need to place an additional block on top, just like that, or you may have to do it in the right side. As you may have recalled, these are an odd number of sticky pistons on either side, so one side will need that block on top. And you basically want to come around the other side and do the same exact thing. So 2 blocks going into each of the 2 sticky pistons, just like that. Okay, now on each of those 2 blocks that you just placed, you want to place a repeater going into 2 sticky pistons, just like this. And then you want to place a piece of redstone dust behind each one of those repeaters, just like that. And then do the same exact thing on the other side. So repeater going into each one of the 2 sticky pistons, with a piece of redstone dust behind each one of them. Okay, now on the back left side of the design back here, you'll notice that this is a little bit different just because of the placement of this block. So you want to make sure to place a block on top of that piece of redstone dust, and then you can place your redstone dust here. So it will match up with the rest of the design, you just need to make sure to have this block here to cut off the signal. Okay, so now you want to come behind this piece of redstone dust that you just cut that signal off of, and you want to place one block behind it just like that. And you're basically going to make a checkered pattern going all the way up in this direction. And you'll see where this is going in just a second. You're probably familiar with this actually if you built my other piston elevator. It's basically a checkered pattern that you use for redstone torches. So once you have that in place, you can go ahead and place your torches. You want to place one on the side here, and then you basically want to keep staggering this pattern up all the way until you reach the top of your elevator. So it should look just like this. Okay, now you want to come to the other side of your elevator and do the same exact thing, it's just going to be up here instead. So behind this piece of redstone dust, you want to place one block, and then you can go ahead and start your checkered pattern as we did on the other side. You just want to make sure that it lines up each direction with the redstone dust that we have in place. So it should look just like this, and then you can go ahead and place in your redstone torches, staggering up the entire design. Just like that. Okay, so now in that right torch tower that you were just working on, you just want to extend it up a couple blocks past this, just like this, and then place a redstone repeater facing away from this block on top, with a block in front of that repeater, and one block jutting down like this. And then on this block, you want to place a piece of redstone dust. And now if you come around the other side of what that you just placed there, you can place your two ejector sticky pistons just like that, and then we can go ahead and seal off the back wall. Now it's very important to note on this repeater here, you want to have 1 tick delay. Alright, at this point in time, the elevator itself is complete, so we can go ahead and actually give it a test run. So just step inside, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, just either line yourself up with the middle of the block here or in the back right corner, and then press your button. And as you can see, you were automatically ejected by those pistons that you just placed as well. Okay, so now we're actually going to start hooking up the down function portion of the system. So before we begin, I need to make a quick little adjustment. I made this a little bit too short, so I'm just going to extend it up one block because you want these ejector pistons to be at your feet, not at your head. So I'm just going to extend it out, and this is going to be my platform. And then around the sides up here, you can go ahead and seal it all in to give it in that nice sealed in look. And then right here is where your button is going to go for your down function. So I'm just going to place a different colored block there, and you can place your buttons on it. Now around the back side, you want to place 3 blocks coming out just like this, and then 1 block coming down. Now on these first 2 blocks, you want to place your redstone repeaters, and if you want to have a delay for your down function, you can set that here, but honestly I really don't care, so I'm not going to set anything. And then you need to place 2 pieces of redstone dust on these blocks. Just make sure to place a block above this piece of redstone dust to cut off that signal. Okay, so now we're just going to wrap the redstone around this side of the design. So basically, just diagonal to this redstone that you placed, you just want to place a row of blocks coming around the side with a block here on this top sticky piston. Now, coming off of this redstone dust here, you want to place a redstone repeater, a piece of redstone in the corner, 2 redstone repeaters, and then a line of redstone going into this block, so that if you press your button, these 2 sticky pistons will extend. Alright, now on those same blocks that you just placed, you just want to place a redstone torch right where this redstone dust is at here in the corner. And then you want to place 2 blocks coming off of that redstone torch just like this. You want to place a redstone repeater on full delay, a piece of redstone dust, and then on the inside here you want to place a redstone torch. And now you're basically just going to do this same exact thing for the entire length of your elevator all the way down. So you're going to repeat the same exact pattern. You're basically going to put your blocks going around the side of the elevator just like this, with 1 block there. You want to place your redstone repeater facing inward, place your piece of redstone dust, 2 redstone repeaters, and then a line of redstone, and this pattern is just going to get repeated the entire way down. So I will do a couple more just to demonstrate, that way you guys can get the idea. So you place your 2 blocks, your redstone repeater, your line of redstone, your torch on the inside, and then you can start wrapping it around again all the way around this side. Place your block there, place your redstone repeater facing inward, your piece of redstone dust, 2 redstone repeaters, line of redstone, and you just keep repeating this pattern the entire length. Alright, so I've went ahead and completed the entire down function off camera, finished all the rest of it, so as you can see, it's basically just repeated the entire way down for the entire duration of your elevator. So now that we have it complete, we can actually test the elevator as a whole, and if I'm going to test it, I might as well be in game mode 2, that way we can see if we take damage or not. So you basically just step inside, and once again you either stand on the middle of the block or in the back right corner, and then you press your button. So the elevator portion works as we already tested it before, and now we can test out the down function. So you simply press the button and then step onto the left side of the design, and you can ride it all the way down. And as you can see, I took no damage with that endeavor, so we do know that everything is working properly. That is pretty much it for this tutorial, guys. That is everything all wrapped up. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop me a like down below. If you really liked the video, please press that subscribe button, favorite and share it with your friends, all of that good stuff. Please drop me comments. I love reading them. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time.